5 years ago, I walked into this beautiful, gorgeous home with soaring ceiling, tons of natural light, view of San Jose downtown. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is the one. Like, there can be no other. And I even got into contract for it. But luckily, I didn't buy it. And I'm going to share with you that story at the end why. And if you ever walk into a home where it is just a showstopper, it's stunning, it's beautiful, guess what? Don't buy it. It's a trap. This is Tran. I'm a local Bay Area realtor. I've seen dreams home, disaster, hoarders, delusions every single day. And here's the truth that no one tell you. There are homes that look perfect, but they are traps. Financial trap, emotional trap, resale trap, soul-sucking, money-eating, stress-generating traps. So today, I am spilling the tea about these 6 home type that I would never, ever buy. And you definitely should consider not to buy them either, even if they're half off. Well, unless I can turn around and sell it right away for a profit, then sure, I'll take it. But otherwise, no thank you. So let's get on to it. At number 1, the prettiest house in the neighborhood, skip that. When you walk in, it is perfection, the best house in the block, custom finish, pool, open concept, a total unicorn. If you see that, don't do it. You're paying for a premium that your neighbors didn't. And when it's time to sell, guess what? Your neighbor outdated, slightly tragic homes are the comps that is going to drag down the value of your home. Your house is, let's say, champagne, and your neighbor is box wine, right? So you will get clout on Instagram, but in reality, not so much equity. And that's what really mattered. And if you decide to sell in a few years, you could actually lose money. So don't be the show pony in a barn full of donkeys. Actually, here's the best tip for you. Buy the worst house in the block. You're going to get the most value. And once you remodel it to your taste, you're gaining tons of equity. At number 2 is non-warrantable condos. Sound kind of fancy, right? Non-warrantable. But what does that even mean? It means that banks will not loan money to you. Typical banks anyway. Why? It could be because the HOA has repair that it has to be done. It has too many rentals. Maybe it's in a lawsuit, or its reserve is not, or financially it is not doing well. Currently in this market, condos are sitting like stale bread, and there are so many of them. And a lot of it is because they have non-warrantable HOA. So make sure you check before you get into contract. And especially when a typical bank say no, you're better off saying no as well. But if you say, you know what, I love this condo, I must have it, there are, of course, ways you can still get the loan. You can go a unconventional loan type, which in this business we call non-QM loan. And what does a non-QM loan entail? It means you're stuck with higher interest rate, higher down payment requirements, and way fewer buyers when it's your turn to sell that home. So it's kind of like dating someone with 6 exes and currently going through bankruptcy process. You really don't need that kind of chaos. At number 3, I would stay away from homes that are near farm or ranches. When you see rolling hills, peas, goat, and then you smell, guess what? Permanent regret. And I'm serious, guys. Farm smell do not go away, right? Livestock, dungs, fly. And when the wind hit just the right way and you get that whiff of all of that stuff, it sucks. Because I have shown home where I'm like, what is that weird smell? And then I drive around, I'm like, oh, there it is. I see cows. And if you're in the Bay Area, you're thinking, I don't have to worry about this. We in a more urban, suburban area. You are mistaken, my friends, because farming is allowed in our county. Even my mom's in her suburban home, single family, at one point had a few chicken in her backyard. And I gotta tell you, my children adore them. They chase after them all the time. When we visit, they're like, where's the chicken? But it is not fun to keep them. And I have also shown houses up in the hills where the alum rock, almaden, pass by cows, go, emus, even rams. And it's totally cute and fun to, drive by them and kind of be like, oh my gosh, little cows. But, I would never ever buy a house near that type of home. And at number 4, our historic home. They are beautiful, they're charming, and they're full of characters, but also full of rules, delays, and bills. If you want to replace the windows, no can do, right? If we want to add a second bathroom, oh my God, how dare you desecrate history? Paint the house anything other than beige, that is not allowed. And especially when you buy those Victorian, beautiful 1900s home, there's a lot of upgradings and things that you will need to do. And it has to be done where it looks exactly the way it was. So, which means that they are gorgeous, but legally handcuffed home. You're not buying a house. You're literally adopting a very expensive, very old diva that won't let you change anything. So think about that. Is that really what you want to do? And at number 5 is BMR, or below market rate homes. This one's a little bit tricky. When you see the price tag, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What a deal. Let's go see it. Well, here's the deal with BMR. With below market rate home, they're meant to help people to get into affordable housing. And it's a wonderful idea in theory, right? But in reality, you don't control your resale price. You don't get the full appreciation. You can't rent it out whenever you want because there are rules and restrictions, and this house has to stay below market even as time passes on. And there are so many restrictions, timeline, cap on your equity. It's like living in a house with a leash. So, there are situations where I think, yes, get into it so that you have a home. But if there are any other way around it, you actually better off taking that money and buy a smaller home and build equity over time so that you can upgrade your home. And last and not least, number 6, the wrong type of home. This is really a big one, right? The type of home matters so much. If you're buying to build long-term wealth, and not just long-term wealth, also building a lifestyle, single family home is always king. You own the land, you own the structure, you own your future. You are the king of your castle. But of course, single family home does come with a premium price tag, no matter where you buy them. So if you can't swing that, you're like, oh, you know what? I want a little more, but with a budget. I would say townhouse is a good second option because you do have fewer share wall, only 2. And if you're in the corner, just 1. And then a lot of time you'll get a yard as well. And then there's the condo, which is absolutely last resort. And you have to be careful when you're buying condos because it has slow, very, very, very slow appreciation. You have HOA rule and restrictions. You do not own the land. You only own your unit. That's it. And you have to follow all of HOA rules. And if the HOA is well run, great. But if it's not, you're in for a misery. Look, buying home is emotional, but letting emotion drive your decision, that is how people get stuck. Just because it looked like a dream doesn't mean it won't turn into a nightmare. Just like in that Taylor Swift song, I can't sing it, but I'm a nightmare dressed in a daydream. And a lot of them that look like a daydream is truly just a nightmare. And all joking aside, I am very, very serious about these 6 type of home that I wouldn't buy. So if you are looking to purchase, take them into very, very serious considerations. And if it just saved you from a 6-figure mistake, hit that like button. Subscribe for more no BS real estate truth bomb. Put in a comment below, what is your biggest red flag when buying a home? And I'll see you in the next one where I show you the home I would buy if I wanted to build serious wealth and keep my sanity.